This video is next in my series of 2-minute travel tips. Today, I'd like to discuss some tips for getting the most out of your travels, and specifically about why you should consider hiring a local guide. So, stick around. If you've been watching this channel or following me at all, then you probably know that for more than 14 years, I've organized and led over 100 multi-week trips around the world with over 1,000 clients. The post-trip feedback I receive from my guests almost always mentions that they love how I introduce them to the local people they'd never have met on their own, expose them to the activities they likely wouldn't have found if they weren't traveling with me, and arrange locally guided food and spirit experiences such as cooking classes and demonstrations, foodie tours, market walks, tastings, and more. Ones that they probably never would have stumbled upon on their own. Needless to say, I love to hear this, but I'll be the first to admit that it all comes down to the local guides I've spent considerable time nurturing and training, networking and traveling with, and trusting to keep me and my guests safe and satisfied. Of course, you certainly don't need to come with me on a trip to benefit from the experience of a local guide. And although it can be a bit hit or miss, anyone can hire a guide for themselves, and I highly recommend doing this. Some reasons to hire a local guide are that they can help you with pre-trip planning and organization before you've even left your home country. They've got the language skills that you'll need over there and that you probably don't possess. They'll give you guidance on local culture and customs, access to interesting experts and artisans, provide historical knowledge that you might find interesting. They can also do troubleshooting and problem solving for you. Finally, if necessary, they could even provide you with transportation information and driving services if necessary. Here are some tips for hiring a local guide. Negotiate all aspects of their services well in advance. Pay them a fair wage so that they're motivated to give you the best service possible. Set expectations. Be sure to tell the guide what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. Tell him or her how much historical information you require. Do you want super high level? Do you like real details? Just let them know exactly what it is that you expect. And decide if you need a licensed guide. Some countries, they do require that their guides be licensed, so you don't want anyone to get in trouble or to break the law in another country for sure. When I recommend that someone hire a local guide, their first question almost always is, well, where do I find one? So here are some tips for finding a local guide. Now, it probably goes without saying, but you should definitely do a thorough Google and internet search for a local guide in the destination that you're looking for. Get recommendations from others who have used guides in the place that you're going to. Do some networking on LinkedIn and other similar sites. Join location and interest-specific Facebook groups. Finally, contact the tourist board and local DMCs or destination management companies in the location that you're going to. Sometimes we think a local guide will be too expensive, and pricing does vary by location, time of year, services required, level of experience, and a lot of other factors. But a good local guide can be worth every penny you spend just in the amount of time and trouble they can save you, the interesting local people they can introduce you to, the information they can provide you with, the hotel, activity, and restaurant recommendations they can make, their language skills, and for so many other reasons. Here's a quick tribute to just some of my local guides around the world that I've used over the years. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to check out my 2-minute travel tips playlist before you hit the road. Link in the description below. Share this video with others and give it a big thumbs up. And do let us know in the comments what your best travel tips are. Also, be sure to follow me on all the social media outlets, join my various mailing lists to get any number of free downloads, and finally, be sure to check out my new physical books over on Amazon. And remember, drifters, life's too short not to travel.